ShartimusPrime, reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it, taking bad hits, taking back shit, Subscribe, figure in this way, we don't got one, man! Hey, what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another NECA Toys action figure review on the quarter scale Marvel's Doctor Strange movie figure. If you're trying to pick one of these up, you can do so at Big. Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below. And big thanks to NECA Toys for making this review possible. If you want to see the latest from NECA Toys, be sure to check the link in the description below. And we get a very nice window box right over here. I love that they use that effect coming all the way around like that. I like that. And then on the side, we get some nice images of the product. Then we get some text over here selling the figure itself. Then on the very back, we get a nice product shot, and there's a read-up over here. If you want to read it, go ahead and pause it now. And then on the side, we get some more product shots. And then on the very top, it says Doctor Strange. And then there's not much going on at the bottom, except for all the people responsible for creating the figure. So let's get to it and crack this thing open. And here's Doctor Strange out of the packaging, not on the rotating base. Well, for obvious reasons, he's just too big. But this is a great looking figure. I really like this a lot. I'm going to try to give you a 360 of it because I really like what they've done over here, especially with the cape. Or the cloak of levitation anyway. I mean, that looks amazing. They went ham on the textiles. He does come with some accessories, not too many, so let's get a closer look at those. Then we'll get a closer look at that Doctor Strange head sculpt. So aside from the cloak of levitation, we have the Eye of Agamotto, 2 pairs of interchangeable hands, and we have the sling ring. And I really like how the sling ring came out over here. We get some nice details on this. Look at that bright, vibrant gold. I love the sculpted detail and patterns that we're seeing in this. Looks very good. And then you can see it's detached right here on each side. I really dig the sling ring a lot. The Eye of Agamotto looks fantastic as well. It looks very intricately sculpted, and I really appreciate the details in this too. That looks fantastic. Love the sculpt around here. And then the little necklace right over here looks pretty good too. Nice soft material. Then he comes with these 2 right hands, so you can see all the scarring and everything from the surgery. I think this is great. I haven't gotten any chipping or anything like that from these, so I'm very happy about that. Nice wrinkles in the hands. They look all gnarled and mangled. Then he has a wide open right hand over here, looking really good. You can see it a little better as I darken things, but man, whew, yeah. His hands have been through quite a bit. Those are nasty hands. Then here's looking at the left hand right here. It's gonna rock and roll, man. And then right on the back, you can see the scarring. And then this is actually the best hand for the sling ring for me. So you just, wrap it around those 2 fingers right there. You could wrap it around one of, like this one right here, but it's tricky to do. The fingers are too far apart. Then with this one, there's no gap between the fingers, so you can't put it on this one right here. So it really only works for just the one left hand, which is fine, I don't mind. We never had a friend, never had a friend, never had a friend, never had a friend. I am still kind of bothered about the personality of the cloak mimicking the magic carpet from Aladdin, but I gotta say, there's gotta be somebody over at NECA Toys that works in textiles that was like, oh, you guys need an intricate cape? I got it, and they just went ham on this thing. I absolutely love this. Looking at the very front of it right here, I don't know exactly what to call these little brooches right there. They look great. I like that. And looking right over here, you can see the stitching woven in here, and you get this nice soft plushy material. Not plushy, but it's like, I don't know, almost feels like fleece right there. I dig that. And we get a wire that goes across right over here too, so there's a lot of bendy wire. Not a wire at the very top though. Then it has 2 wires on each side. But looking, oh man, on the shoulder, that looks fantastic. Then you have some little gold bits right here. And then on these seams, these look really good. I love this metallic shiny fabric that we're seeing. I'm not sure how much I like this little, pleathery part right here on the inside though. But looking at the bottom of it, I mean, look at that, man. Great details throughout. Ooh, yeah. They did a really splendid job on this. I really dig it. So much to look at. Man, yeah, fantastic job. And on the inside, you have this whole quilted pattern, or this checkered pattern going throughout. Yeah, man. Ooh, they really did a fantastic job with this cape. I really dig it quite a bit. That is awesome. There is not a bendy wire at the very bottom over here. One little gripe of mine is that as soon as I started bending the wire, it's like I noticed it's not fixed in place, so it'll kind of churn to the side as you bend it unless you hold it right up here. but you know, it does work out pretty well and it fits onto the figure nicely. Now it may seem strange to some of you, but I have plenty of images to compare to this head sculpt right here, and I think NECA did a fairly good job. There's just a couple little things that stand out to me. I think the mouth is just a little too big. I don't know, just it doesn't look right, and it kind of has this V shape or an over exaggerated V shape on the upper lip right over there. So that's the only thing that really stands out to me. I do think his head is a little on the large side, but I think Benedict Cumberbatch kind of does have a large head. I do like how the eyes and the eyebrows came out, and I like the wrinkles. He has a pretty good looking flesh tone too, which I dig. So yeah, it's a pretty good head sculpt overall, and I like how the goatee came out with the gray and the black right over there. Then he has some gray right here on the sides. I like how the hair is sculpted right up here. Looking at the top of his head, looks really good. And there's the other side. And then there's the back of his head right there, not looking too bad. Then I want to put his Eye of Agamotto on here, which I did not do, and just slid it right on, you know, come on. And that goes around his neck very easily. And looking at the rest of the figure, I really dig it. I love this bright, vibrant, saturated blue that we're seeing on this guy. I really like that a lot. And you have little touches of metallic blue painted over it, which is great, like you can see right over here. That looks awesome. I really like that. And they used a softer material right there so that you can move the arms and it doesn't hinder the arm articulation, so that's pretty sweet. And looking at this lower belt right here which has all these layers, and we get a faux sling ring right there attached to the side, so you cannot remove that. You know, you can't attach that to either of the hands at all. It's just there for display. But looking at the belt, I really dig that. And there's looking at the back of the belt, we get some colors of variety. Get this plastic tassel right there. And then the back has some nice paint detail. You can see some black over the blue. And we get some more of that metallic shimmery blue, which I love. Blue's my favorite color. I love the blue, all the shiny blues. And we get some light blue. And then on the other side, you can see we get those wraps once again. Not looking too bad at all. And then looking at the pants, and I keep wanting to call this a skirt, but it's like a robe. I think they did a good job with that too. I think they're fairly consistent with how the blue looks on this whole figure. I do like it, you know, looks really good. We get some strange butt, and then there's looking on the other side. And then the legs are mostly just black. You can flip this up right over here, take a peek. Which I can't remember in the movie if his leggings were all just completely black. I thought he had some kind of, I thought there was some extra color in there, you know, but still it doesn't really bother me too much. Especially in the comics, his legs are pretty much all black, but you get a glossy black right here for the boots, and it has some wraps right there. There you go, you can see the details a little better right over here. So nice looking shoes and boots and everything. He does have peg holes at the bottom of his feet and some treads. So we get some pretty good articulation on this guy. His head won't move up too much though. You can move his head just back a tiny bit, but he will look forward more so, or downward anyway. You get side to side movement and a little bit of head pivot right over here. His shoulder joints can move outward that far, and they can move all the way down. You could do a full 360 right here, and then you could also bend at the elbow at about 90 degrees, and then he also has rotation at the elbow, and then all of the hands rotate side to side and hinge up and down. And then you get a waist joint right there that turns side to side. You get some waist pivot, and it waist crunches forward and waist crunches back that much. And then he has hip joints that are very strong and ratchety, but due to the whole robe thing, you know, you can only get his legs outward that far, which actually is not too bad. And as far as kicking forward goes, he will kick forward just that much and back that much. He does have an upper thigh cut in there, which you can't see. And then he has double jointed knees, which again, you can't, or single jointed knee actually. But yeah, you can see the single joint and it rotates at the knee. And then his ankle moves down and it moves up, and you can get his ankle pivot going. Sometimes I wish it was a deeper ankle pivot, but it's still pretty solid. I left this guy standing on his own overnight and he did not fall over. So very sturdy figure, and he is hefty. And then to demonstrate putting the cloak on Doctor Strange right over here, you don't want to wrap it around his back, and there it fell down. But you want to get the bendy wire around his neck nice and tight and give it just a little squeeze and it'll hang on there just fine. And to measure this figure out, it is a quarter scale figure, so we're looking at about 19.5 inches tall is what I'm seeing here. And then for your NECA Toys Marvel quarter scale figure comparison, we have Doctor Strange next to the Age of Ultron Thor figure. And I do like that Thor is a little bit taller than Doctor Strange, but I still think this Thor figure should be even taller than he already is. And by the way, my quarter scale figure display has actually really come around since I've been reworking things in the garage over here. I mean, doesn't that look sick? Yeah, I'm pretty stoked about how that came out. And then for your Doctor Strange comparison, we have the quarter scale NECA toy figure next to the Hot Toys 1/6 scale figure. And these both look really good. I do think this one's a little bit more more film accurate with a slightly darker color scheme, and you can see the color variation on the boots right over there. But I really like the capes on both of these. I mean, man, that is impressive. This is impressive as well. I honestly think NECA actually gave us a little bit more as far as the textiles and the cloak right over here. I think they both look good though. And then comparing Doctor Strange next to your average 6-inch scale figure, here he is next to the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. Then here's Doctor Strange in a fairly dynamic pose, especially getting the cape flared out over here, which I really like that I'm able to do. And I gotta say, I really dig this piece a lot. There's a couple little things here and there that throw me off a little bit. I really do wish that they had something where the wire inside the cape could be a little bit more stationary on each end, because I do find it troubling sometimes trying to get a flare up and then it'll fall or rotate over. But you can see I was obviously able to work it out and it still looks fine. I wish he had some effects. I know we're already getting a whole ton of plastic for our money with this guy, but some effects would be nice. You know, Doctor Strange, yeah, he needs effects, right? But I do like the figure, and I hope you guys do like this review. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment down below, let me know what you think of this review, let me know what you think of this quarter scale Doctor Strange figure. If you want to see more Shartimus Prime videos, make sure you hit that subscribe button, as well as hitting the notification bell to ensure that my videos are popping up in your feed. I'm closing pre-orders for the Legendary Collectors t-shirts on Monday, so I'll be putting orders in for those. If you're interested in picking one of those up, check the link in the description below at ShartimusPrime.net. If you want to see a photo gallery of images, it'll be over at MarvelousNews.com and ShartimusPrime.net as well, and you can follow me on the Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Links to everything in the description below. I'll catch you guys later. Peace! I'm gonna play with my toys today. 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 Well, I don't care what the strangers say. I'm gonna play with my toys today.
That's crispy.
Hey, new Shartimus Prime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't. Your face.